Brother Khairul, thank you for taking the time to meet up with me today.
Yeah, thank you.
I really
No,
appreciate it. Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You are a born Malay,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You were raised up in a Muslim family,
Yes.
and then you left Islam.
Yes.
You rejected the existence of God
Yes.
or any other religions. In fact,
Yeah. Yeah.
why did you left Islam?
I left Islam for well, for what I thought was a very good reason, right? It was actually the culmination of many factors. One of them was I didn't have many practicing Muslim friends. My worldview started changing because I was talking to different people, but I was only hearing one side. And unfortunately, the side which was being given to me was always like, hey, why Muslims do like this? Why is Islam like this? What's wrong with Muslims? I tell you, they're crazy. Gradually, it became easier for me to start seeing Islam in a bad light. One, two. I thought it was my own arrogance. I think I thought I was really really smart and whatnot lah. This whole Richard Dawkins and all these other new atheists, they made sense to me at the time. I got an email from it's an email which lists out this huge this list of all these supposed problems with Islam, how it's barbaric and stuff like that. When I read that, I was like, that's it. This is the justification I need. Now that's the final straw lah. I told myself that this can't be true. Islam can't be true. God, if Islam is true, if God is like this, then I don't want to worship him anyway. And I continued living as an apostate, an atheist. By about 2012, 2013, I started to feel emptiness in my life.
How did you discover Islam?
How I rediscovered Islam. I couldn't stop myself from feeling that emptiness. So even when I went out to party, even when I went out with my friends and whatnot, I would be out on my face. I'd be like, yeah, this fun and stuff like that. But in my heart, I hated it. I don't know what it was. It was I just felt empty. About early 2013, right? And then my sister died, right, in March, breast cancer. I remember that she, the last conversation that we had, promised me that, she asked me rather to promise her that I'd be a good man. I grew up to be a good man. A couple of weeks later or a week later, she passed away. During those years as an apostate, I was like, you do think about death, and you think about, like, what is there after this? What is there after, what is there other than this? When you know that everything ends, everything dies, nothing in this world is permanent. Every purpose that I made for myself was meaningless. I don't know what happened, but something clicked in my head that I need to start looking into Islam again, right? After that, I started watching documentaries and learning more about Islam in terms of just like what's going on with Islam, right? So Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Well, a lot of reverts come from the Westerners, the people you would not expect to be coming into Islam, because the Western ideals and the Western lifestyle is portrayed as the best, the most enlightened, is the most advanced, right? One thing that struck me as weird is, like, why are all these people coming to Islam? When I came back to Malaysia, it got to a point where I was staying with my sister and husband, right?
Is your different sister?
No, yeah, different sister. I got four, now I got three.
Okay.
My brother-in-law, I was talking to him, and it was like, what are the questions you have? What are you waiting for? What, like, are you, who else needs to die before you decide that it's time to come back? When he said that, I was like, I don't know. I didn't have any more anything else to stop me from coming back to Islam. So I asked him to speak, whether I could speak with another mutual friend who is also, he's also quite learned. He's also somebody who loves Islam. I spoke to him, and I told him, it's like I've been lost for a while, and I want to come back, but I don't know how. Right? And the first thing he said to me was, he said, Alhamdulillah is good, know that Allah loves you. Allah loves you. That is why He's making you feel like that. I think one of the things which was preventing me from coming back was also like, could I ever be sincere? Is it, can I ever really come back? That kind of thing. I don't know. After I just broke down, I was like, you don't realize how wonderful it is to be a Muslim until you really lose it. The first time I was in Shahada, in Sujud again, subhanAllah, that was, I really missed talking to him, because as I was going out of Islam, I didn't pray much. There was no connection. When you don't pray, even though I tell myself, yeah, it's okay, I talk to God in my mind, in my heart. I'm like, oh yeah, God help me, that kind of thing, right? But it's not. That's not the same. That's not worship. That is. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's not salat. It's not. One of the things that I remembered was that when you are in sujud, when you have your face, the highest part of your body, on the ground, that is when you are closest to God. Right? It's a lot of crying, it was just, I just had to. There's nothing else, bro. There's nothing else that comes close to that feeling, right? Alhamdulillah, I'm really grateful, because I see how Allah had saved me many times during that time as well. So ever since then I and then I met you, right? That was later on. It was later on in December. And then you introduced me to Al-Qadim, and from there, just the opportunities to learn more about Islam, to learn more about Allah, just grew. I'm just really grateful, really grateful that Allah allowed me to come back. Allahu Akbar.
Okay, right, that was very touching, man. Being a person that left Islam, didn't believe in God, and came back, and now you believe in God. What is your message for the people who don't believe in God, or perhaps those who are still searching?
All of this didn't come from nothing. All of this didn't come from chance. Even if you believe in the multiverse theory, even if you believe in all sorts of theories, all of them logically get stuck at a certain point. What you need to understand is that all of these creations came from something that was uncreated. The universe couldn't make itself, because it wouldn't exist to be able to make itself. The universe cannot, did not come from, maybe it did come from another universe, or it didn't. Allah knows. I don't. But that is a logical fallacy, because it's one created thing making another created thing. Where was the beginning, right? It can't come from nothing, because even when scientists even when scientists talk about the universe coming from nothing, they talk about having a field of potential and all that, which is not really nothing. The only logical explanation is that the universe came from an uncreated creator. God is one. You talk to Him directly. You ask Him for guidance. If you really want to be guided, just ask the one who made you.
Thanks, Khairul, for taking the time to
No
share your
worries.
experience.
Thank you.